If you use video for marketing or for online courses or just any kind of video on your website, then this video is going to be for you. I'll be doing a review for Presto Player, and it's my product, just full disclosure. I'm the co-founder of this product. A lot of my ideas went into it, and it's basically born out of some frustration that I've had with existing options on the market. And there's two sides to this. Number one is the video hosting side of it. And number two, all of the amazing features that are built into this that are ideal for WordPress users. For example, we can have private video security, multiple sources of where your videos will be. We have integrations with Beaver Builder, Elementor, Gutenberg, and it can be used with any page builder. Video chapters, this is great for online courses. The sticky player where you scroll and it's going to zoom to the bottom right. Performance. BunnyNet integration, I'll get into that. Custom analytics panel, playback speed, all these amazing controls that you're going to be able to have in this custom video player experience that you can use on your website. And of course, this is my favorite marketing feature, and I'll talk about this one where it looks like these captions are burnt in and there's this overlay. Just, man, it's irresistible. I got to press play. And when people see this, they have to press play too. Like I said, this product was born out of my own frustration. I've spent thousands of dollars over the years on video hosting, and I haven't been really satisfied with any of the options out there. They are expensive, and a lot of them are unreliable. The more affordable ones, like in the $30 per month range and up, they're just unreliable. And on the other side of that too, they don't really integrate well with WordPress and the products that we use to run our business on WordPress. So I just made my own. Actually, that's what the video says there, the little video. You'll have to watch that sometime. I ended up making my own. It was born out of this frustration. So I'm going to do two things in this video. First, I'm going to talk about hosting and where your videos can be stored. And then we'll talk about the features that you can have in the player and why this makes sense for anyone that it does marketing, online courses, or any kind of videos on their website. First, Presto Player is not a video hosting service, but it unlocks with simplicity the ability to use modern options that literally cost pennies. So first, let's see what these other hosting services end up costing per month so we can kind of understand the savings that goes into using Presto Player. First, and this is very popular with online course creators, is Vimeo. Now, Vimeo forces you to be on their Pro plan, which is $240 per year. So let's go ahead and click on this. Now, it says $20 per month, but you have to pay $240 per year, whether you use it or not. So say you're using this on your website and you spend all this time putting your videos there, and maybe things are red hot for a few months and then they slow down. Well, you're just paying for it regardless. If anyone clicks on play, you're stuck paying for this each year, every year, or you lose it all. This is kind of bad for online course creators, because what if you come out with a course that's red hot for 6 months and then it kind of slows down a little bit? You are stuck paying $240 per year in perpetuity, and you have nothing that you could do about that. That was on the low side. Let's look at the high side, and this is a Wistia. Wistia is a lot of money, but they have some nice features in there. So Wistia is going to cost you $99 per month. And you think, man, I should be able to store a lot of videos. Well, you're not actually allowed to store a lot of videos for that. You get to store a whopping 10 videos. And they kind of nickel and dime you a little bit after you pay that $100 per month, by the way, not per year. You have to pay an additional 25 cents per month per additional video over those 10 videos. So they really get you. They really get you here. Next, we have VooPlayer, which got into some partner disagreement, and they ended up having to change the name to Spotlighter. And let's go ahead and take a look at this. And I've used this service since 2015. I've spent over $1,000 with these guys. Okay, so let's look at the cost right here. It might be a little hard to see right here. It's $29 per month. Remember, whether you use it or not, you're paying $29 per month. And this gives you 100 gigabytes of storage, and it gives you 100 gigabytes per month of bandwidth. I'm going to compare that to some of the options we're going to have in BunnyNet, and you're going to see this drastic cost difference when you are paying a fixed fee like this or you're paying something as you go. Now with Presto Player, you have multiple places that you can store your videos. You're not locked into one service. There's lots of options available. First, this unlocks self-hosting. It might be for you, might not be. If you have shared hosting, you definitely don't want to do this, but a lot of us might have Cloudways or something like that. We get a ton of storage and a ton of bandwidth that we don't end up using. So self-hosted is an option, as well as private self-hosting for online courses. We do some trickery with the link to the video so someone can't share that link to the video. It's literally locked down to the site. So you also can use YouTube and Vimeo here, by the way. There's really cool things with YouTube where it takes the branding out of YouTube and it also will performance optimize it, but that's one of the minor features of Presto Player. Really what Presto Player is doing is unlocking and simplifying using my favorite place, my favorite website-based service. I'm talking about BunnyNet, which used to be named BunnyCDN, and I've made many videos on this, and a lot of people use this to speed optimize their website, but they changed their name to BunnyNet because it's not just a content delivery network. It's perfect for video. In fact, they encourage people to use video, and you could always use video. Now, the problem though was it's not so easy to use, but that's where Presto Player comes in. You can literally be set up in 60 seconds, and Presto Player sets everything up for you. You just need to copy and paste this tiny little API key into Presto Player, and boom, it does everything for you, sets it all up. When you want to add a video, you don't have to go to BunnyNet for anything. You do it on your website, you upload it there, but it doesn't ever make it on your website. It goes straight to BunnyCDN. And there I go calling it by the wrong name. It's BunnyNet. Okay, let's see how much BunnyNet actually costs. I'm going to go ahead and click on pricing right here. And this is a content delivery network, so your video gets spread around the world, and we do some security on the URL so it can't be shared, all this great stuff. So this is what it's going to cost. We use the volume network, which Bunny recommends for video. So it's going to cost a whopping half penny per gigabyte of bandwidth, which is insane. Now watch, I'm going to do a calculator in a moment, and you're going to see how insane that is. Half a penny per gigabyte. And then the other side of this is you're paying for storage, right? And so we use this edge storage, which is 1 penny per month per gigabyte. So if I'm storing 10 gigabytes of storage, I'm paying 10 cents. Not that much money. It's very inexpensive. Now, it is important to understand though, Bunny actually has a minimum, and it says right here, you have to pay a minimum of $1 per month. It's actually 12 bucks per year to use the service. So if you only use like $6 worth, you got to pay 12 bucks anyway, but you can actually use this as a website CDN. So it's very easy to use that $12 per year. Let's actually see a price comparison between VooPlayer Spotlighter, which is the reason I actually made Presto Player, is all my frustrations of performance and quality. It's just been so unreliable. But let's go ahead and do a cost comparison to BunnyNet. So here we are on the Presto Player website, and I actually built this cost calculator. It was so easy. I have a video actually on how I did it. So we just enter in the storage we think we're going to use per month, the bandwidth we think we're going to use per month, and it's going to calculate the cost. So remember, Spotlighter was going to give you 100 gigabytes of storage, and it was going to give you 100 gigabytes of bandwidth. Well, check that out. With BunnyNet, that would cost you a whopping $3.50. That's it per month versus $29 with Spotlighter. But check this out. You're not going to use that. What if you only use 10 gigabytes of storage? Well, your cost just went down to 80 cents. 80 cents. That's it. Say you use more bandwidth in a month. Maybe you're doing a launch and you're using a lot more bandwidth. Say we're using 400 gigabytes of bandwidth. Well, your cost that month is going to be $2.30. I hope you're starting to see that there's a massive cost savings involved with using Presto Player. And that's not even the most exciting part of using Presto Player. That's only half of it. The other half is actually the features and the integrations. And we haven't even gotten into that yet, but it's important to know that you're going to save a ton of money. If you have video for marketing online courses, or just any video on your website, there's a ton of money that you're going to be able to save with Presto Player. So that's one side of Presto Player. Where the real exciting side is the actual features of the player and the integrations that it has. So let's go take a look at that. So there's many ways that you can add video using Presto Player. So there's a Gutenberg block that you can use anywhere on your website. And there's also something called the Media Hub. So let me show you how to add a video to the Media Hub. It's right here where the Presto Player menu is. Obviously, I have it installed on this website, and I can click on Media Hub. And here is the Media Hub. So what we can do here is add a new video to the Media Hub by clicking on Add New. And then we can choose the video type, whether it's a self-hosted video. You can also actually right here use any kind of service like Publito or something like that. I know a lot of people on this channel probably have that. You can upload your video to Publito. They'll give you a public link, and then you just copy and paste it here, and you can use their HLS. So that's definitely an option right there. Now let's take a look at the other ones. We got YouTube and Vimeo. You're just pasting a link in. And then we have BunnyNet right here, which I have already configured. So what we have here is the first thing we need to answer, is this going to be a private video? Private video, we do some trickery with the URL so it can't be shared, and it has an expiring URL. You can read about it in the knowledge base, and someone also has to be logged in to watch a video that's marked as private. So I'll just go ahead and leave it public. And then you click on add or select video, and you can see I've already added a video right here, but basically you can upload a video directly from your computer. Now what ends up happening with that video though is it doesn't get stored on your website. It's giving you this native feeling, this native experience, but it never gets uploaded to your website. It goes straight to BunnyNet. So when you click on a video, you can also manage or remove the video. You can see right here, we pull in a thumbnail of the video and you get a little bit of stats right here, but if you wanted, you can delete it. So you don't have to go ever and log into the Bunny interface. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on choose, and boom, there is my video. And then what we have is some options. Number one, we can add closed captioning right here. It's super easy where it says CC. You click here and you can click on Open Media Library. I've already uploaded it. It's a VTT format. There's lots of places you can get captions made for your video. I happen to use this one called Happy Scribe. It's worked out really good for me. In fact, I made a tutorial video on how to make captions using this. It's in the Presto Player knowledge base. You can go in there and watch that video and see exactly how I did it. And this is the same one that I used to make the captions for that video on the homepage. So I've already uploaded the VTT file. It's very simple to create this. So I'll go like that, and you can put different languages. So I'm going to name this English. And then right here, you just have to put the language tag, I guess, EN for English, and then I'll click on close, and then there it is. It's in English. So if I had multiple languages, I can put multiple captions. We would use that if we want to use that caption feature that you saw on the homepage of Presto Player. Now let's dig into some of the features. So I'm going to click right here, and I should actually get the heck out of the video. There we go. So the first feature is called chapters. This allows us to have chapter markings at various points in the video, similar to what you see with YouTube. And there'll be an icon here that when you click on it, it'll pull up a list of chapters, and someone can click and go directly to that point in the video. This is amazing for, say, demo videos of something you want to demonstrate, and it might be a little bit longer. And it's also good for online course videos. It's super easy, and you can add as many chapters as you want. Just put in a time code. So I'm going to put in, just say, the 1 minute mark right here, and then enter a title. Once I've entered in my title, I just click on the plus, and it's been added. And you can see now I've got this dot right here at the 1 minute mark, and it automatically added that chapter icon right there where I can click this, and it will show me all the chapters that I've created. In fact, we have a video here on the homepage that goes over all the features of Presto Player, and you can see I've got all these dots right here, and these are the chapter markings, and I can click right there and I can see all of the different chapters, and I can click to any of these and it's going to go straight to it. And this just provides a much better viewer experience. So you can add as many chapters as you want. Next is what we call muted autoplay. This right here is muted autoplay. It's autoplaying in mute, and it's showing controlling those captions. And then you can put this overlay image right here, or any overlay image that you want. And it's very captivating. It gets someone to really want to click on that play button. So it's very easy to have this feature. If you want the captions, you just got to add your captions like I showed you. So we toggle muted autoplay on, and then here it is, muted preview captions. We would toggle that on. And then if we wanted the overlay, we toggle that on. And then right here, we would choose an overlay image. Here's my overlay image. I'll click on select and check this out. We have this little dot here and we can position it wherever we want it to go. We could just go like that, and we can also control the size. So if we wanted this to be smaller, we can shrink it down. We can make it as big as we want. So I'll just go max that out, and you get all this flexibility and control. All right. And then we have an option here. Play inline is more related to how this plays on mobile devices. Does it overtake the entire screen? That's the default behavior. But if you want it to play in place, that is play inline. And then right here, we have some performance preferences, and we have this all explained in the knowledge base. And you can click this right here and it will actually take you to the explanation. So what is your preference? Do you prefer video playback speed? And that would be ideal for an online course because we're not as worried about GT metrics and all of that. But if you want to prioritize your page load speed, what this does is it's going to automatically load just the thumbnail image, the poster image for the video. And then we have an extreme setting here where nothing gets loaded at all. Now there's a ton of optimizations as well as it relates to YouTube and the YouTube video player, but I don't know if we're going to have time to get to it in this video. But then you can also customize the poster image, so you can choose any image you want and it will kind of change this, but that won't matter for the muted autoplay feature. So we've got that done. And now is another powerful feature, and I think it's where a lot of the power comes out, and you can see the thought process that went into making this as flexible as it is presets. We get these video presets. Now we have these 4 here by default, but we get to create custom video presets. So let me create a new video preset. Now what happens is you create the preset and then you link it to a video. And so say you had 100 videos linked to a set of presets. Well, you can go and change the preset settings and it will change on all 100 videos. So it's very easy to manage. I'll click on add new preset, and first thing we do is give it a name. So I've given it a name right here, and then we have these 3 tabs, and then we have a player style. So this is what we call the basic player style. But as we add different options, this bottom bar can get a little cluttered. So you can change it from basic to stacked, and it basically took the play bar and it moved it up above. This happens to be my preferred player style. So first we have controls, behavior, and then style. Controls. These are basically the controls, and you can have the controls that you want. If you don't want the rewind option, that is like the 10-second rewind, you can just toggle this off, and guess what? Boom, it's gone. So you can toggle these on or off, and they're all pretty standard. And then down here, though, you can have the option to increase the playback speed. It'll appear underneath the settings wheel right here. And we also have a picture in a picture option. I don't know all the devices that this works on. I use a Mac, and this does work in a Mac, so we can turn it on, and that's the icon that it has. When you click on that, boom, it just pops out of the browser. You can move it anywhere you want on the screen. So these are our controls, and you can set those to what you want. Then we have the behavior. This is auto hide controls. When you click on play, after a second, the controls go away. But here is the bomb feature for online course creators. Save play position. So if you have a lesson and they've made it halfway through your lesson, well, when they leave and come back, most players, it's not going to remember where they left off, and it's very, very much an inconvenience. But not with Presto Player. It's going to drop a cookie, and it's going to remember a bunch of things about them. So when they come back, they get that convenience. So it's going to remember where they left off in the video. It's also going to remember some of their preferences. If they had a volume preference, that's going to carry over to every video they watch on your website. If they have a playback speed preference, it's going to carry over and be remembered on every video of your website. I can't believe this, but no other player I've experienced remembers the playback speed, because most people don't want to watch it at 1x speed. They want to watch it at 1.5 or 2. And it's tedious if you're learning in a course because you have to reset it for every single video, but you don't with Presto Player. It drops a cookie on their computer and it's going to remember all of their preferences that they set as well as their position in the video. Then we have sticky on scroll. That's if there's a lot of text, they scroll down, the video is going to zoom to the bottom right. And then we have a few options that pertain to YouTube. And these are performance optimizations. So lazy load, it's a huge performance saver. If you have any YouTube videos on your website, you really want to use Presto Player and have this lazy load on. It's going to make your website load a lot faster. And then right here, the hide YouTube UI, it's experimental. This is going to hide like the logo for YouTube and all that kind of stuff that you wouldn't want to show on your website. It's experimental, not that it's some kind of buggy or hacky thing. It's via the YouTube API. However, we have no control over YouTube changing their mind one day. So we're not really pushing this as a main feature because we have no control over it. And we don't want someone to purchase Presto Player based upon this one feature and then YouTube takes it away one day. Then we have the style tab right here. So there's some global options I didn't show you yet. You could have a logo overlay and this would hide it on as a preset. We can round out the corners. So I can put a 9 in there and it really rounded these corners out real nice. And then we have the caption style. So by default, it'll be the caption style where it's kind of floating. But if you wanted the caption style that is on the Presto Player homepage right here, this is a custom caption style. And so you would change this to full. And then the captions will be on the bottom like that. And then you can change the background color. So if you wanted to brand that out a little bit, just know that the lettering is going to be white. So you don't want to have a color that's too light and you wouldn't be able to see the text that well. There we go. And then you can create your preset and it's all saved. We got our preset, we got our rounded corners, we got our chapter. I only put one in there. We got all our settings and it's ready to go. So now all I need to do is title this video and then I'm going to go ahead and click on publish, and I've created a video. But now I got to actually put this video someplace. So let's go over that. We have two options. Well, actually, we have lots of options. So right here, if you're using a page builder that won't allow us to make a module such as Thrive Architect, and we don't have one for Divi, but we're going to build one. We don't have one for Oxygen, but we're going to build one. We only have them right now we have Gutenberg blocks, we have Elementor, so you can use dynamic content, and we have Beaver Builder and Beaver Themer, so you can use dynamic content. But you have a shortcode here you can pop anywhere you want on your website. And we also have this PHP function right here that you can use anywhere for the developers in the room. So now let me show you how to put this in Gutenberg and then inside of Elementor. So Gutenberg's a little different. You have some options, right? So we can use this video from the Media Hub. When you're anywhere in Gutenberg, you're going to see the Presto Player icon right here, and it's going to list out the videos from our Media Hub. And then you can just click on it and then there it is. It's placed right there. If I ever want to make a change, I just go to the Media Hub. That's one option of doing it. You don't have to do it that way though using Gutenberg. Let's go ahead and delete that because we have native Gutenberg blocks that are here and you can just put a video straight up on your page. So if I want to do that BunnyNet video, I'm not going to go over it all over again. I can click right here. I can click right here. I can choose my video and then I can customize my settings all right here and it's the same settings. So you have those two options. You can use the video from the Media Hub or you can place a video directly on your page. So I just activated Elementor on this site so I can show you the Elementor module. Let me get into the Elementor interface. Here I am inside of Elementor and you can see we have a native Elementor widget right here. We can just drag and drop it and there it is. And then what you do here on the left is you choose one of the videos from the Media Hub. It's going to pull in this list. Now, if you want to create a new video in the Media Hub, you click on Create Video, and then right here, you can click on Edit Video. If you wanted to edit some of the settings inside of this video, you can easily do it that way. But then we also have the dynamic content here. So if you have Elementor Pro and you're using dynamic content, post templates, and all that kind of good stuff, and linking it to custom fields, you get to do all that with this. You'd basically be creating that video as kind of a container that you would just basically be swapping out the media. And you can also do the same thing and just manually put in a different URL to a different video. Now you can do the same exact thing with Beaver Builder. It's going to work exactly the same way. We're going to do it for Divi, and we'll do it for as many as we can do it. But there's that short code way of getting your video in the meantime. So that is that. Okay, so we've gone over creating the videos, customizing the videos, and all of that. Let's take a quick look at the settings, and then let's take a quick look at the analytics. So I can go to Presto Player and then settings. This is actually very quick and simple. So you got your branding options. You can put a logo in right here, choose the size of it. We got the color, so you can change the color that is used throughout the player. And then when I scroll down, you can enable analytics. So it's going to track everything, by the way. And then we do an auto purge option. So it'll purge out data after 90 days because it's storing it on the website. We have some uninstall options. When I go to integrations, we have full Google Analytics integration. All you got to do is toggle this on and drop in your measurement ID, and all the data can be sent into Google Analytics if you don't want the analytics on your website. Now let's take a look at the analytics that we have. It's really cool. So here I am on a site that has some data. I'll click on analytics, and you can see it's going to remind you, if you used YouTube analytics, it's going to look very similar. Here we are. We're able to see the views. We're able to see the watch time. If it's logged in users, we'll be able to see the logged in users and kind of their activity. Right underneath me right here is a time range that you can enter in. Down here is a list of individual videos, and we can see the views, the watch time, and we can even drill into it a little bit. So if I wanted to drill into this video, I can see this one right here. This is actually in the knowledge base, has been watched this many times. I've got my watch time, and this is actually really cool. You can see when people are dropping off in the video. You can see at this point, 224 people made it this far, and then this far 193 people made it, and you get to see that right here. It's pretty sweet. So in a nutshell, that is a very long, big nutshell. That is the Presto Player, and I want to explain it all. So there's really cool things coming to Presto Player. Right now we're working on overlays. So that would be a button, an image. We're also going to have dynamic overlays where if you have an online course and you want to overlay in the logged in user's name over the video to discourage screen recorders. So we're going to have these kind of overlays. We're going to have a before video action and an after video action. So when the video ends, what happens? When someone clicks on play, do we have some kind of an opt-in gate or something like that? So that's going to be the actions, and that's going to be the overlays. We're working on another feature where you can, through the video presets, have a video play before it or a video after, which could be kind of like an advertisement for maybe something, not an advertisement network, but if you wanted to say have a little advertisement that you want to easily swap out for a promotion or something that you got going on, you'll be able to easily do that as a video preset, and it would apply to all the videos that have that video preset. And then we're also working on, for course creators, searchable captions. So if you're adding your captions, and what's going to happen is, especially for an online course, it's awesome. So there'll be a little icon in the player. Someone can click it, and then a search interface appears. The student can type in a keyword, whoever the viewer is, they type in a keyword, and it will pull up a list of all the spots in the video in the captions where that keyword was used. And then they can just click and jump right over to that part of the video. That's going to be really cool. Now, as far as existing integrations, this is going really good. You saw Elementor, you saw Beaver Builder. We're working on integrations with Uncanny Automator, Fluent CRM right now. Rank Math already released their integration. It'll see all these videos, create a video sitemap automatically, add all the SEO schema to your videos when they're on particular pages. It does all that. It's part of Rank Math Pro. So a lot of people on the channel already have Rank Math Pro. And lastly, we're going to add more storage locations. So we're going to be adding Amazon S3, which is a common API that is used on many different services. So it'll unlock DigitalOcean. It will unlock block using Wasabi, or more options of where you could store your videos. Oh, and I totally screwed up. Learn-video progression. I should have shown that in the video. So this fully works with Learn-'s video progression. So you put the video in the lesson, you go into the settings of the lesson, you enable video progression, and it will say use Presto Player Video. You toggle that on. That's in the knowledge base as well. It's fully integrated and already working for that. And also BuddyBoss app users, if you bought that BuddyBoss app, I've already talked to Tom at BuddyBoss. He says that it should work already, Presto Player, with the BuddyBoss app, but we're waiting on the BuddyBoss app to be released later this month. We'll test it out, and whatever it takes, we're going to get it all working perfect. So there you have it. That's Presto Player. I've been working on this with my co-founder, Andre, who has several other WordPress products. He's highly respected with the products he has, Project Huddle and Docket WP. And we've been working on this for probably since the summer of last year, just perfecting this and getting this right. If you have any questions about Presto Player, feel free to ask in the comments section. There's also a Facebook group. You can go and see what people are talking about and ask questions. And you're going to see people are already loving this tool. Hey, can you give this video a thumbs up so more people could see it? That would actually help me and also help Presto Player to grow in awareness since it's a new product. Other than that, thanks for watching this video, guys. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.